Hello and welcome to a session of Fit Essentials. My name is Shauna. I'll be guiding you through. We're going to come on down to our mat to start today. All right, so come on over. Go ahead and make your way down to the floor. We're going to start with some breathing, and then we'll stretch out those forearms. So go ahead, if you're comfortable, to kneel. Knees just underneath the hips. We're going to bring the arms up and behind your head. You're going to start by bringing those elbows together, pull the chin in, pull the belly forward, gently round as you exhale, and then on your next inhale, you're going to lift and open. Breathe in through the nose, divide the elbows, engage the glutes to protect that low back. Turn the chest to the sky, and then exhale, tuck it down and in. It's going to go 3 to 5 here. Pulling that chin in, do a nice stretch through the spine, and then lift and open, squeeze the bum. Pausing the top and bottom of each breath. Let's go about 2 more. Bowing forward. Last one. Nice big inhale. Everything nice and smooth. And then after that last inhale, go ahead and relax those arms down. Very good. From there, set your feet a little bit wider. For those wrists, we're going to start just rolling them around. There you go. About 5 rotations one direction, and then about 5 the other. You can sit back on the ankles if you're comfortable to do so. Good. From here, we're going to bring the elbow into the side, pull all 4 fingers back, extend the wrist, and then you're going to extend through that elbow. Keep that tension on the fingers. We're going to do 3 times. Elbow back in, release the grip, pull them all back, and then extend straight out. Very good. One more time. Elbow in, fingers extend, and wrist and elbow extends. Very good. Same thing other side. Shake that one out. And then on the opposite arm, elbow tucked in, pull them back, extend out, in, extend, and drive. Let's go one more here. Hold, especially if you spend a lot of time on the computer, we often hold a lot of tension in those forearms. All right, shake out both sides. One more here, this time for the back side or top side, depending on how you see it. We're going to make a fist. You're going to bring your thumb right into the center, close all those fingers down, and we're going to turn the hand away. So I'm bringing it in, turning away, and I'm going to reach around, grab the fist, and just gently lift up. And then same, got the hand at your side. I'm turning the palm away from my body, and then I'm reaching around, grabbing that wrist up. Yep. And rest. All right, shake them out. We'll do one stretch down on the ground. My favorite one is with all the fingers turned in towards you. Come on to all 4s, place the palms down, pull the belly in, and just gently lean back here. You can go straight back, and then I like to add a little sway to it. Just gently sway the torso side to side, broaden that stretch. All right, fantastic. And then gradually go ahead and come off of that. Shake it out. All right, we're gonna do a couple stretches, and then we're gonna move into our first circuit. So first, toes together, reach those arms out nice and long, and then drop the hips back. Come into child's position. Just take a nice couple deep breaths here, expanding through that rib cage, in through the nose, out through the mouth. One more time. Then you can make your way onto all 4s. Nice wide hamper underneath the shoulders, taking it up into down dog. Turn those toes under, drive those hips high, and get a nice stretch through that mid back here. Back of the legs. And then when you're ready, start to pedal out those heels. Lower one heel down, pedal across, and the other. Very good. All right, we're gonna go between 30 and 45 seconds. We're gonna be doing either a plank shoulder tap or a plank walk up. So I'm going to demo the shoulder taps on round 1, and I'll go into the walk-ups on round 2. If you want to start with the walk-ups, what it involves is you either start on your hands or your forearms. You're placing one hand down and then coming up to the other. And you come back down, and same thing other side. One hand, push through, come to the other. That's your plank walk-up. Or the shoulder taps, little less demanding, up on the hands from one shoulder to the other. I'm going to take you through 45 seconds of each, but I will let you know when we're at 30 if you want to rest a little bit sooner there. From there, we'll do a short stretch. Then we're going to be doing our push-ups with the rotation. So all the way down to the chest, coming up to your feet when you're ready and rotating through. Full push-up, down, rotating, and then we'll take it onto our back for a glute bridge. Any questions on those? All right, we're going to go ahead and get started with the planks here. We'll start in about 10 seconds. And then as always, if you feel not stable enough to go onto one arm, just hold a regular 2-arm plank. All right, I'm going to go shoulder taps first. Nice wide handprints. And here we go. Hips level to the shoulders, shifting your weight to one side, bringing that hand up, and then to the other. So we go from one shoulder down to the opposite shoulder. Once you know that movement, turn the gaze straight down, looking right between your hands. And notice your handprint on here. Spread those fingers wide, grip those finger pads down, feel the arch of your hand activate. Good. Show a little control, pausing with the hand to the shoulder and then bringing it down. That's 30 seconds. Want to really strong that midline, keeping those hips level. Continue to breathe. And 2, 1, and rest. Go ahead and bring the knees down. Take a moment off the hands. We're gonna do our little like happy cat, angry cat, cat cow, however you like to call it. So we'll go back to all fours. You're gonna pull that chin in. Exhale as you round the back, and then gently inhale through the nose as able. Gently arch, lifting the head. Let's go about 3 to 4 cycles there. Exhale, round. Really lift up between those shoulder blades, and inhale, slightly arch. Good. One more time, 1 or 2. Good job. Finish that last one. Go ahead and come off your hands again. We're going to start our push-ups here in about 15 seconds. So as always, if you want to start early, you can. And they're going to be those T, also known as the archer push-ups. If you're not quite sure, you can follow me. We're going to go upwards of a minute on this. So either on the toes or coming down on the knees as needed. Here we go. So if you want to do on the knees, elbows come into the sides, drive up, and then you'll want to come up to the feet to rotate, lifting up out of that shoulder, pivot to one side, and we can come back down. Elbows come into the sides, they come up on the knees, then come to the feet. My feet are a little bit wider than a normal push-up, so I'm on the edges of my yoga mat here, just outside the hips, and now the opposite arm reaches up. Hold really strong in the middle as you lower all the way to the chest. Good. That's 30 seconds. Take another 30 here. Nice and strong. Elbows in, midline tight as you drive up. All the way to the feet before you rotate. Good. 15 seconds. Can come a little closer. See how y'all are doing here. Very good. And reach. Beautiful. Nice, Kathy. Looks good, Sharon. Great body line on that push-up. Good. Drive. Maybe one more. Finish this rep. And rest. Good job. Go ahead and make your way onto your back. I'm going to get just a little stretch to the back before we jump into that glute bridge. So go ahead and gradually lower down to the floor. Pull those shoulders back and down. And let's just do a little double kneaded chest here. Hugging the legs in. Rock your body side to side. First round, we're going to do a regular glute bridge. Actually, I'm going to go 30 seconds of the double leg glute bridge, and then I'm going to march the second 30. So you can either stay with that double leg or come into the single leg if you're ready. So we're going to go ahead and bend the knees, feet flat, shoulder blades back and down. And then when you're ready, we'll go ahead and start those bridge. Drive the hips up and forward, pull the chin in towards the chest. Don't feel like you have to go into a full bridge on that first rep. Just whatever feels like solid opening. Bringing it back down. And find your groove there, pushing those hips up and forward, pulling that chin in, squeeze and hold. A couple seconds at the top. Very nice. So about one more double leg.
Opening a little bit more each time, and then rest. If you're gonna come into that march, we'll start that next. I'm gonna push my hands to the ground a little bit more to help with that bracing, and I'm gonna keep my hips up, lifting one knee up, controlling it down, and then the other side. So I keep my hips extended the whole time, holding that bridge. And when you bring that second leg back down, readjust that bridge position, because oftentimes those hips will start to drop. You should feel that strong activation through that support leg. Drilling that heel down, keeping that hip high. Very nice, almost there. And 2, 1, and rest. Go ahead and come on down. That's the end of set 1. Before we jump back up, let's go into 2-knee twist. Legs up and together, looking across to one side. And sweeping the legs across. Turning the head as you bring the legs to the opposite side. Very good, nice and smooth. Let's go one more time each way. And across. All right, we're gonna go through that warm-up series one more time. Back to the plank. Feel free to stick with the shoulder taps, or if you wanna join me, I'm gonna move into those plank walk-ups this round. All right, coming on down. I'm gonna start on my forearms for those walk-ups, holding a nice solid bridge. And here we go. I shift my weight, place that full hand down. I'm also kind of pushing through the forearm to help lift on up. Coming down on that same side, and then I switch. Opposite hand down, pushing through, walking on up, and then back down. Very good. Place that hand, pushing on off, holding solid. Good, coming up on 30 seconds. We're working for 45 on this one. Very nice. That's 30 seconds, another 15 to go. Staying tight. Either the walk-ups or those shoulder taps. Fantastic. Let's go one more, and 2, 1, and rest. Good job. Go ahead and come on down to the knees. In between sides, we're gonna do our child's position side stretch. So walk your hands over to the left side. Take your right hand, reach nice and long, and drop your body back. Try to keep the hips fairly square, dropping them back towards the heels. Let that stretch happen in the upper body. Good, when you're ready, walk those hands to the opposite side. Walk them around. This time your left arm reaches nice and long, and then drop those hips back from there. Good, lower that head down. All right, very nice. Finishing that stretch. And then we're gonna go back for that second round of our T push-ups. So wide handprint. Remember, we're gonna have a full minute here. Set your feet just a little bit wider than the hips. And then just depending upon where you are, if you're feeling warm, if you wanna come all the way down on the toes, chest to the ground, you can push up off the knees, then come to the toes, and we're rotating here. Go ahead and join me if you haven't. Starting our minute. Elbows in as you lower. Keep those shoulders back and down. Coming on up, really lift up out of that support shoulder as you rotate. Make sure you're nice and secure. Lift, try to follow the hand with your eyes, get your whole body to gently rotate. Excellent job. That's 30 seconds, halfway through. Really watch to not let those hips drop down. Tight, tight, tight. Very good. You can come up on the knees as well, then to the toes. There's 45 seconds. Trolling down, I'm gonna come a little closer. Nice, Jean. Driving up and pivot. Good, maybe one more. You got it, Kathy. Elbows in, nice and strong. Good, and rest, solid. All right, finish that rep and then make your way onto your back. Second round of our glute bridges. So feel free if you want to stick with that double leg. I'm going to go right to the march this time. So bring those shoulders back and down, chin pulled in, and here we go. Hips come up, either up and down for the double. If you feel ready to go right into that march, we're alternating sides. Recreating that bridge each time you bring that leg down. Fantastic, looks great. Racing through that upper body. Watching to avoid any kind of pinch in that low back. So if you're feeling any kind of pinch, try to squeeze the glutes a little bit more and think about lengthening. Very good. Keep on moving there. We're over halfway, about 20 seconds left. Nice, hips a little higher, Kathy. And Sharon, you gotta get those hips up higher in between each time. That's better, nice work. All right, fantastic. 10 seconds. And 2, 1, and go ahead and relax. Bringing those hips on down. All right, let's revisit that double kneaded chest. Hug the legs in, rock your body side to side. All right, we're gonna give some attention and open up the hips a little bit more before we come on up to our feet. Go ahead and extend your left leg straight out. Pull that right knee to the right shoulder and actively push the left thigh down. And let's roll the ankles around here. Give a slight opening to the inner thigh. Switch directions on that ankle roll. Very good. When you're ready, take that right knee, gently pull it across the body towards the left shoulder. Try to keep your hips and shoulders still on the ground. We're looking to stretch out that right glute a bit here. You can hold it in one place. You can gently glide it up and down. Once you start to open there, go ahead and bring your left leg up to meet the right. We're going to go into figure 4 next. Right foot crossed over the left, and then hug that left thigh in. Spend about the first 2 to 3 breaths here, just focused on opening up this outer hip. And then when you're ready, we're going to add the left leg. We're going to extend that foot up in the air, pulling the toes towards your face, pointing the toes away. Pull it back in, and then bend that knee down and in. Sciatic nerve floss here. Flossing that nerve, keeping it sliding and gliding against the muscles and the tissue through all the fascia. It's like the saran wrap of our muscles. Good, a couple more. Up, point. And especially if you kind of feel some tension, like I really feel it when I pull the toes back towards my face. I feel it in the back of my calf. You can just hold that for a slight moment. Shouldn't be painful, but just you have some awareness to it. Last one here. And release. Good job. In between sides, we're going to windshield wiper our hips. So place your feet about the width of your mat, and then just gently dropping your feet to one side, or excuse me, dropping the knees to one side, up to the middle, and dropping them to the other side. Very good. Side to side here. Gentle opening move. One more time on each. And then we're going to balance out the body on the opposite side. Good. When you're ready, you're going to pull that left knee towards the left shoulder, extend the right leg, actively pushing that right thigh down, and move it into our ankle rolls on the left foot. About 5 times one way, and then switch. Very good. Switch if you have it. Once you finish those ankle rolls, pull that left knee across, glute stretch on the left. Either holding it one spot or gliding it up and down. Great time, just relax those eyes closed, still focused on some breathing. Good, from the glute stretch to figure 4, pulling the right leg up, placing that left foot on the right thigh and hugging that leg in. Good, spend 2 to 3 breaths here before you worry about that right leg. Need to hug it in. And then when you're ready, we'll add that right leg in. Extend, pull the toes towards you, point the foot away, pull it back, and bend it down. Nice work. 2 or 3 more. Fantastic. Get ready for some single leg deadlift work. If you don't quite feel stable through your hips for single leg deadlifts, you can also just practice your balance, standing on one leg. We'll have that built in with some blood flow work, some jumping jacks, some marching, some punching, and some farmer carries after the second side. All right, once you finish that last one, go ahead and come on off. We're gonna come onto our side. We're gonna go one more time into down dog on our way up. And then we're gonna do a quad stretch from standing, kind of wake up some of the balance muscles. So turn those hands right underneath the shoulders, turn those toes under. Take a moment here, don't rush through it. Lengthening through that mid back once more. We're gonna do a little bit of rebounding here today. So get a nice stretch for those calves, dropping that heel down. Kind of lower it to the floor and then the other side. Fantastic. And then when you do feel ready, you can kind of inchworm your way up. Walk the feet to the hands, walk the hands to the feet, and just be nice and gradual here as you stand up. Allow the head to be heavy, push through those legs, kind of come up one segment at a time. Fantastic. All right, if your water's nearby, grab a drink. If you want to steady yourself by anything, as we start to build into a little bit of balance, we're going to do our quad stretch from standing next. So if you're solid with your balance, you're going to place one foot down, check in with those toes, have them pointing straight on, lifting everything up towards the sky, picking that one foot up, and here we go. Holding nice and tall, nice and long, hips level. Have a nice overcast day here today. Very good. If you want to add a little bit of a reach to it, slightly bend into your downside leg, and you can kind of reach forward. So if I can show you from the side, just kind of bowing forward a little bit. Oops. Reaching out. And 3, 2, 1, come on up. Shake it out in between sides. Let's circle those hips around. Good. 3 to 5 one way and reverse. 3 to 5 the other. Fantastic. And then same thing other side. Get that balance, nice strong base of support. Grab the foot and hold. First 15 seconds or so, just standing straight up and down. There you go. Good. And then if you want to add a little forward reach, make sure you're rooted down into your support leg. You can reach it out, bow forward, gripping those toes. Ooh, feeling the wobble. And 3, 2, 1, and stand. Fantastic. All right, single leg good mornings. Have both feet firmly planted, toes straight ahead. Keep your right foot down and reach your left foot out on the heel. Hands behind the head, standing nice and tall. Long spine here, bowing forward. Feeling some tension in the back of the leg. And then standing tall. 3 to 5. Forward, pause for just right out one breath. And then up from there. Good. Practicing that long spine position, really sending those hips straight back. Good. Trying to have no rounding through that mid back. So shoulders pulled back and down. Fantastic. 1 or 2 more. And come on up. In between, we're going to open up those inner thighs. So Cossack stretch, nice wide base support. Root down to those legs, reach the hands out, and then we're shifting to that single leg squat here, coming onto one side, driving the knee out, keeping the heel planted. Come up in between, shoulders back and down, reaching those arms out for that counterbalance, taking it the other way. Very good. Up in between, let's go one more time each way. And I've got both feet firmly planted here, gripping those toes down. Nice. Second time, second side, pushing the knee wide. And stand, walking it up and in. All right, let's balance out the other side. So now your left foot's firmly planted and your right foot's gonna extend straight out. Hands behind the head, standing tall and bowing forward, sending the weight back into your left heel. Straight up and gently forward fold. Long spine. Good. 2 to 3 more. Breathing in, coming on up and lowering on down. And shake it out. All right, beautiful work. If you want to grab one more drink and then we're going to get going on our first circuit here. We're going to work anywhere between 30 and 40 seconds, not 45, 30 to 40 seconds on each side. Start with your non-dominant leg. Typically it's going to be the left, but it might vary up between people. So we're going to have the one foot pointing straight on. If you don't quite feel ready for the forward hinge, you can just literally stand on one leg, practice that balance. Otherwise, Join me when you're ready. You're gonna stand nice and tall. You're gonna bow forward, driving that leg up of your back leg, trying to keep your thigh parallel to your torso, reaching for the floor. Every time you come back to the top, lifting back up, making sure those hips are level, and then taking it forward, long spine. Good. Good control. Over, stand. I see some of you kind of bringing that knee up. If you want to go into that high knee position, you certainly can. It's good extra balance and support. Ooh. Just over 20 seconds in, so we're halfway through. Get sure those knees aren't kicking out. Do the first round unweighted, and I'll hold some weights later. Some of you are already holding weights. That's fantastic. Sometimes it's almost harder without the weight for some reason. Over, driving up, and rest. There's 40. Great job. All right. If you were holding weights, go ahead and set them down. Blood flow in between sides. So we're going to start with our march and punch, knees nice and high. Exhale as you punch. Good. If you want to make it a little bit faster, you can add a little hop to it, a little skip. We're going to go 20 seconds here. I'm going to take you into some step or jump jacks. Second 20 seconds. Feel free to step. There you go. Good. Excellent. Almost there. 2, 1, and rest. All right, we'll take 20 seconds and we'll be back to the opposite leg. We are going to do a farmer's march next, so you want to make sure you have some weights around that you can hold for the march. All right, dominant leg this time. Set that foot down, toes pointing straight on, lifting up, and here we go, bowing forward. Try to have some awareness. You don't want those hips to be kicking out to the side. So grip the toes, the leg that's extending back. The goal there is toe pointing straight down towards the floor. Very good. First 15 seconds. And just be gentle with yourself if you're wobbling. My balance is a little off today myself. Beautiful. That's 30 seconds, 10 to go. You're going all 40. Over, up, and rest. All right, fantastic. Farmer's march next. So find any weights that you can pick up. It's okay if they're not even. Shoulders back, palms forward, and here we go. You can go stationary march or move throughout the space. Carries are all about posture here, so we don't want to be dragging our weights forward. We want to lift up, pull those shoulders back. Fantastic. If you are holding uneven weights and you want to switch hands, we're halfway through. Same thing other side. You can go forwards, you can go backwards. 15 seconds left. There you go, good. Lift those knees, lift the foot and toes. And 3, 2, 1, and take a break. All right, we're gonna take about just under 30 seconds and we'll be back for round 2. If you wanna get some weights for the single leg deadlift this time through, it's our second of 3 rounds. All right, so we're gonna be back on your non-dominant leg. So if that's your left leg, I like to hold the weight in the opposite hand. So I'm gonna be on my right, weight in the left. If you're mirroring me, it'll be just the opposite. Place that foot down, standing tall, and when you're ready, here we go. Keep it just a little mild bend in your support leg so that knee's not locked out. Oops. Reaching forward. You're bringing that weight down to the floor. It's gonna set right next to the other foot, like it's taking the space of your foot that's moving back. Good. Lifting up each time you come back to center. Super. Looks great, crew. Find a spot to focus on. Lift. Good. Hips balanced, hips level. There you go. You got to take your time. That's 30 seconds. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Set it down. All right, blood flow next. If you have a little rebounding trampoline or anything like that to use, you feel free. Otherwise, either marching, or if you want a little bit faster blood flow, a little running high knees here. We'll go first 20 seconds, march or high knees. Second, step or jump jacks. Excellent, good. Halfway in 2, 1, and rotate. Step jacks or jump jacks. Good, clap those hands. Smile, keep it fun. 2, 1, and rest. All right, we're gonna take 20 seconds. Sometimes the mats are more annoying than they're not. All right, back to if you used a weight, your dominant leg. Weight in the opposite hand, check in with the toes, pointing straight on, standing tall, and when you're ready, taking it forward. Try to take note of what's happening with that trail leg. Feel that toe pointing straight down. It tends to want to rotate out and away. If you want to come up to high knee, you can. Bowing down. Think about trying to be as long as you can from the top of your head to the bottom of your foot. That's our first 20 seconds. Good job, everybody. Great control. 30 seconds. Maybe one more. Controlling through, driving up, woo, and rest. All right, grab your weights, farmer's march. Going in 2, 1, and begin. If you wish your weights were a little bit heavier, you could also bring them up to the shoulders. It's called a front rack march. So you want to hold them up here, you can. The heavier the weights, hold them a little bit lower. Here comes the sweat. Humidity's a little higher here today. We're expecting some rain. Yay. If you're holding uneven weights, you can switch. We're halfway through. Wonderful. Hopefully Arizona will get some rain too, put out some of those fires. Weather is rough there right now. Here, 10 seconds. Just keep pulling the shoulder blades back, keep squeezing, standing as tall as you can. And 2, 1, take a rest. All right, nice work. 30 seconds, we'll be back for round 2. 3 of 3. All right, friends. Any changes you want to make to your weights? We're starting in 10. Back on your non-dominant leg. For those deadlifts, check back in with the feet. Have those toes pointing straight on, lifting everything up, little bend in that knee, and here we go. Bowing forward, really keeping that heel securely planted. Want to come into that high knee position. Long spine as you bow forward. Beautiful, good ladies. Sharon, drive that back thigh just a little bit higher. Squeeze the glutes, drive that leg up as you bow forward. There you go, wonderful. Halfway through, just a little bit more than. And that's 30 seconds. Good, you got it, Jean, there you go. One more, everyone, focus, down, up, and rest. Beautiful, back to our blood flow. Skip and punch, march and punch, running high knees. Good, a little bit faster breathing here. Allow that heart rate to come up. And if you need to take a rest, you always can. Good, step jacks, jump jacks, rebounding jumps, your choice. Second 30 seconds, sorry, 20 seconds. Good, clap the hands, keep it fun. Maybe you just want to dance to the music you have going on there. Final 10 seconds. Yeah, nice work, Jean. 2, 1, and rest. All right, we just got to balance out the opposite side of the body. We'll take another 15 seconds, and then we'll start. All righty. So start to come into position, bringing those feet right back underneath the hips, lifting up nice and tall, slight bend in that knee, taking it forward, and here we go. Squeeze, drive, woo, reset. Find that position to focus on with your gaze, help that balance. First 20 seconds. Wonderful. A lot of core control here, a lot of stability work through the hips. That's 30 seconds, 10 to go. And 2, 1, and rest. All right, grab your heavier weights for the march. Standing tall and begin. Good, watch the slouch, lift. So where you imagine we're trying to have that contest of who can hold the book on top of their head the longest. So pull the chin in as well, just lengthen straight up and down. Wonderful, that's halfway. Switch hands if you need. Fantastic. All right, everyone, finish it out. 10 more seconds. And 2, 1, and now we rest. Awesome work. Let's grab a drink. We have one more circuit left. All right, as we're resting here, I'll talk you through it. Let's go side stretch on your own. About 3 to 5 reaches on one side, and then switching when you're ready. 3 to 5 the other. If you finish those, you can also go behind the back stretch. All right, I'm gonna take you through 5 rounds. We're gonna go either a deadlift, a kettlebell swing, or if you wanna squat for some of the rounds. We're gonna be doing some squats tomorrow in class. If you won't be here, you could do some squatting as well. 30 seconds. And you can always spend a little bit longer on that one if you want, because from the deadlift or that weightlifting movement, now we're gonna go into some burpees, upwards of a minute on the burpees with 30 seconds rest. If you wanna do 30 seconds of burpees, you can have a whole minute rest. So just kind of adjust it based upon your confidence with the movement and so on. We're gonna be doing, like I said, deadlifts or swings. I'm gonna demo the deadlift on round 1. So a little bit heavier weight that you might have here, long spine, you'll be picking straight up and down, just like a normal lift. If you're doing the swings, keeping it close to the body and driving the hips from there. Alrighty, and then the burpee, either all the way to the chest if you'd like, or you can do that no push-up version where you come to the top of the plank, stepping or hopping to your feet, reaching up to overhead. Any questions? All right, if there are no questions here, we're gonna get started. Again, I'm gonna demo deadlifts for 30 seconds and I'll be working for a full minute on the burpees. I'll give you time checks as we go. So for the deadlifts, if it's right between the feet, let's have a very slight toe out, otherwise standing tall, slight bend in those knees, and here we go. Bowing forward, squeeze those glutes. You wanna stand straight up and down on those swings as well, no arching back. Very nice. And on those swings, you're using those hips to generate that motion. Arms are just guiding it through. Beautiful, that's 15 seconds of the 30. Good. Long spine as you stand, controlling down. All right, getting ready for burpees. 2, 1, and rotate. Feel free to rest if you need. Otherwise, we're moving right into it. You can step or hop, squeeze the glutes, coming up to the top. If you're stepping, alternating the legs. One round, one foot steps up. Next round, the opposite foot steps up. I'm gonna try to come all the way into the heels, kind of like the bottom of a squat, to then come up into hips high, push down to the ground. All right, good work. That's 30 seconds if you wanna rest there. Otherwise, we halfway through. First of 5 rounds, so make sure you pace yourself through it. Good. That's 45 seconds. So if you want 45 seconds rest, you can take it now. Otherwise, nice steady movements here. and 2, 1, and rest. All right, first rest break. We'll take 30 seconds. We'll be back to it. All right, round 2, I'm going to demo the swing this time. You're welcome to stick with that deadlift, or again, if anybody wants to squat, that's an option as well. Standing nice and tall, starting in 10. Little bend in those knees, bowing forward, 2, 1. Here we go. So for the swings, we deadlift that first rep, and then we get that hinging pattern. Forward fold. My chest stays pretty tall here. Nice. Great squats, Jean. Good. Great hinging there. Kathy looks solid. Halfway through. Chin in, eyes looking down in the bottom position of the swing or deadlift. On the squat, looking straight ahead throughout. 2, 1. Rotate to burpees. Take it all the way down this time. Chest to the deck. Biggest thing you want to focus on if you're going all the way down, a lot of times we'll see people peeling off the ground, really arching that back. So midline strong. Send those hips up at the same time as the shoulders. Beautiful. Very good. And if you're hopping to your feet, just want to be nice and light. Think about sending your hips straight up to the air, coming into heels. That's 30 seconds. If you want a minute rest, take it now. Otherwise, steady work. Good, crew. 45 done. Good job. Watching on those plank burpees. Don't let those hips drop down. Hips up. And 2, 1. There's our minute. Woo. All right, grab a drink. 2 of 5 done. You have 20 seconds. We'll be back for round 3. And you get to choose on how intense or just consistent you want to be on these sessions. We always encourage consistency, but you can just kind of steady state, just move through. Getting ready for round 3, 2, 1. Here we go. And go back to the deadlift. Long spine. Excellent. Halfway. Pulling the belly in as you lower. Solid job. The weights are right between the feet or right beside the ankles. And rest and rotate. Round 3 of burpees. Go back to the plank. Stepping one foot up. Try to remember and then step that same foot back and then go to the other side. Try to use your hips equally. We usually tend to have a dominant side that we tend to favor towards. So we want to start to notice our patterns. Where can we help keep our body balanced? Fantastic. That's 30 seconds down. Feel free to rest there. Nice work. Strong support to that upper body. Smooth. Breathing and moving. 45 done. Up and down. Maybe one more. And there's our rest. All right, that's halfway, or no, over halfway, 3 of 5. All right, for the last 2 rounds, I'm gonna show, if you wanna get a little heavier on your deadlifts, but maybe you have uneven weights, we'll go to what's called a suitcase deadlift, holding one on each side. I'll go round 4 this way, round 5, I'll switch up those weights. All right, getting ready. Starting in 3, 2, 1, and begin. Swings, squats, deadlifts. Good mornings. Keep a march in place if you didn't want to pick anything up. Take note of that upper body. You're pulling those shoulders back, not letting them roll forward as you start to hinge forward. There you go, good. Couple more. Nice work. And rotate burpees. Second to last time. Good job breathing as you move here. If you have any tendency to have any low back pain, discomfort in the low back, I recommend stepping instead of jumping your feet up. Just gonna be a little bit more gentle on that low back area. Not as much flexion as quickly anyway. Halfway through, feel free to take the rest at 30. Very good. Getting on and off the ground. Simple, not always easy. Sometimes we can take it for granted. 45 seconds done. Feel free if you want to have a little bit more rest there. Otherwise, maybe one or two more. And 2, 1, and there's our final rest break. All right, 4 down, 1 to go. And maybe that's good for your body right now. Feel free to just hang out and walk around for the last round. Otherwise, we'll start here in 15 seconds. All right. If you're even using those uneven weights for the deadlift, switch up the hands. Check in with your feet. Long spine and begin. 5 of 5. Nice. Looks great, Sharon. There you go, Kathy. Great squats. Strong swings of that water jug, Jean. I love it. You get creative with what you have around the house. Almost there, everyone. Couple more reps. And 2, 1. Final round of burpees. Here we go. Taking it down. Whether you're doing burpees or just kind of moving around, so you can stay with us for this full minute. If you're resting, so you can kind of come back in, even if you're just marching a little bit, little side step, something to have some blood flow going here. We have our cool down coming up soon. There's our first 30 seconds. Nice work. There you go, good. Nice and light to the feet. Nice. Sharon, you can come down a little bit more into that plank. Good, we're over 45 in. Good job, Kathy. There you go, Jean. That's better, Sharon. Maybe one more, everyone, 5 seconds. Taking it down, taking it up, and there's our minute. Woohoo! All right, give yourself a little round of applause. Grab your water. Let's walk it out, and then we'll stretch. Just a reminder for those here live, Friday class. This will be our last Friday class for the summer. It's going to be at this same time. So 9 o'clock Mountain, 8 o'clock Pacific, 11 o'clock Eastern. When you're ready, go ahead and make your way down to the mat. And then starting next week, classes on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, all at that same time. We'll also have the basics class that happens right after this on those 3 days as well. All right, we're gonna do a little hurdler stretch, runner stretch to start here, our cool down. So go ahead and pull your left leg in, extend your right, and just check in with how you're sitting here on your hips. So you can kind of move the flesh of your tush up and out of the way, sit right on those sit bones. We're gonna start with 2 arms, sitting tall, just bow forward or reaching for the ankles or toes. Nice and gentle here. We're gonna hold 15 seconds here and then add a little side stretch. So you might feel it in your hamstring, your calf. I'm feeling this in the slow back here a little bit. Gently breathing, and when you're ready, take your left hand, circle it up, just a little like half moon pose here, palm down. You can peer up towards your hand and breathe. Beautiful, just a couple more. On that next breath, go ahead and come on out, and we're gonna switch it around, same thing other side. Check it back in with the hips, make any adjustments you need. Sitting tall, 2 arms first, just gently lean forward, Bow the head down. Grab those toes if you can without feeling like you're in pain. We're going to gradually improve and maintain our flexibility. As we start to bring our system into more of a calm state, so you can breathe in through the nose and gently out through the mouth. And then when you're ready, add that side stretch, reaching your right arm up and across, peering up towards the palm. Very good. Couple more. And gradually release. Very nice. From here, we're going to make our way into down dog. We're going to do our little flow of down dog. Extend that leg, swinging it forward into pigeon. We'll take that around to our seated twist. So when you're ready, place those hands with the shoulders. Drive those hips up. Spend some time here, opening through the mid-back. Then we'll pedal out those heels. Loosen up those calves after those last couple of circuits. A little bit of jumping there. And then when you're ready, let's start with your right leg. You're gonna extend it nice and high, reaching it long, squeeze the glutes, and then you'll swing that leg forward. Try to square the hips and shoulders best you can. You can use a block here if it helps you to be more comfortable. If you wanna come on down, just make sure you don't just kind of plop into those hips, right? Maintain some tension, stay square. We're gonna spend about 45 seconds here. Breathing. I'll come up a little bit higher here, pulling the shoulders back and down. You can think about engaging the glute of that trail leg. And if you want to grab that trail leg, same side hand, reach around and grab that foot if you're able. 15 more seconds. Very good. And when you're ready, if you have that trail leg, go ahead and relax that leg. You're going to sit down onto your right hip and then swing that trail leg around for seated twist. Sit nice and tall. Start by just hugging that leg in, lengthening through the spine. Shoulders back and down. You can take your left, walk those fingers around. You can work that right elbow onto the left thigh. And as you breathe in, think about lengthening, and then as you exhale, just ever so gently go a little bit deeper into that twist. 2 to 3 more breaths here. And when you're ready, gradually unwind. Should be your left leg you're holding in. That's going to be the leg that we take into pigeon on this last time through. So coming back into down dog. Turn those toes under. Drive those hips nice and high. Opening one more time through that mid-back. And calf stretch. Good, fantastic. When you're ready, it'll be your left leg. Extend it nice and high, reach it up and back. Swing it forward, square the hips, coming into pigeon. Coming on down low, if that's comfortable for you. Breathe. You're gonna come up a little bit higher you can, coming up onto the hands. Welcome, Laura. Option to grab that trail leg, same side hand. Not forcing, just nice and gentle here. We're not going to have time for it today, but if you aren't able to grab this trail leg, or even if you can, do recommend some quad stretches after class. 2, 1, and go ahead and release that foot. Now let's come into a seated twist. Swing that back leg around. Sitting tall, hug it in. Quads and hip flexors, little stretches I like to do every day, upper body as well, opening the chest. Just thinking about what are the areas of our body that we really need to keep opening. Our life tends to be everything in front of us. So we need to open up the chest, open up the front of the hips. If you want to go deeper into that twist, walk that hand around, work that elbow on the front of the thigh. Breathing in to lengthen. Exhale, stay long and just gently rotate. Do one more. And release. All right, final one. Go ahead and make your way onto your back. lowering yourself down. And you can do a little 2-knee twist here. Just kind of feel out what your body wants. Where are you having some stiffness? Loosen up that lower body, lower back. And then maybe a little happy baby or plow. Elbows on the insides of the knees, grabbing the feet, opening up. Whenever you finish opening up that low back, I invite you to take a moment flat on your back on the ground, close your eyes. And take a moment, express some gratitude. Think about what you have later on in the day. Most of all, thanks for showing up, taking care of your body, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Once again, class tomorrow, this same time. See you next time.